There are stories that the world calls myths. Stories people dismiss because accepting them would change everything. But what if some of those stories weren't just stories? What if they were memories, echoes of something real, something catastrophic, something the world survived by inches? The Bible tells us of a flood, not a local disaster, not a regional storm, a flood that reshaped the entire world. And one man, Noah, who built a vessel big enough to carry life through judgment. For centuries, people have asked, was it real? But today, we're asking something even bigger. What if we already found it, and the world refuses to accept it? Here's where things get uncomfortable for skeptics, because the story of a great flood isn't just in the Bible. It's everywhere, across continents, across cultures, across time. The epic Gilgamesh tells of a man warned by a god, building a massive boat to survive a flood. In Greek mythology, Deucalion survives a world-ending deluge. In Hindu tradition, Manu is warned by a divine figure to preserve life. Native American tribes tell of water covering the land. Chinese legends speak of a great flood that devastated the earth. Different names, different details, but the same core story. Judgment, a chosen survivor, a vessel, a reset for humanity. At some point, you have to ask, how does every civilization remember the same disaster if it never happened? In the book of Genesis, this isn't told like mythology. It's detailed, structured, specific. God doesn't say, build something big. He gives Noah engineering level instructions. This isn't poetic language. This is design. And what's fascinating, modern engineers have noted these proportions are nearly ideal for stability in rough waters. Not too narrow, not too wide, balanced, functional, almost like it was meant to survive something catastrophic. Genesis says that the ark came to rest on the Mount of Ararat. Not just one peak, a region, a massive, isolated mountain, often covered in snow, difficult to access, and interestingly, restricted at different times throughout history, which has made people ask, what's up there? Then, in 1959, everything changed. A Turkish military survey spotted something unusual, a formation etched into the earth, boat-shaped, symmetrical, unmistakable, known as Durupınar Site. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, I probably did. And when they measured it, it lined up shockingly well with the biblical ark. The biblical ark, 450 feet. This formation around 500 feet, depending on cubic variation. That's pretty close. Very close. Close enough to make people stop and go, wait a minute. This is where it gets really interesting because researchers didn't just look at the surface, they scanned it. Using ground-penetrating radars, some teams have claimed rectangular patterns beneath the soil, layered internal structures, symmetry that doesn't match random geology, and yes, reports of tunnel-like or corridor-like formations. Now, is that confirmed proof? No, but it's also not nothing. Mainstream geology says it's natural, a result of mud flow, erosion, rock formation patterns, and to be fair, they make strong points. There's no verified wood, no confirmed man-made material, so why the divide? Because this isn't just science, it's the worldview. Now, let's talk about the question believers ask. Why does it feel like this gets dismissed so quickly? Here are grounded possibilities. Scientific standards are extremely high. Extraordinary claims require undeniable proof, and right now, we don't have that level of evidence. Repetition risks. No scientist wants to stake their career on something that could be disproven. Worldview tension. If the ark were confirmed, it wouldn't be just an archaeological discovery. It would validate a biblical event that many already decided isn't real. And let's be honest, that would make a lot of people very uncomfortable. Here's the heart of it. If this is the ark, and it's not just wood and structure, it's a reminder that God judges, but he also saves, that obedience matters, that even when the world doesn't understand, faith builds anyways. Maybe one day they'll excavate it. Maybe they won't. Maybe the proof will come, or maybe it won't. But here's the truth. Faith was never meant to depend on whether we find the ark. But if we did, would the world believe? Or would they just explain it away, like they always have? Somewhere in Turkey, beneath layers of earth, a shape remains, waiting, and whether it's rock or revelation is a question that still hasn't been fully answered yet. Have a good day, guys. Bye.